The after show. Ciao.
All right, guys, we'll give you a quick wrap up here as far as what the market ends the day with. As far as both the NASDAQ and the S&P were positive, 0.78 for the NASDAQ, 0.66 for the S&P 500. Yeah, I was just looking at Apple heading into the close there as well, 0.92 back to the upside. Decent end to the day, or what was a positive day for Apple. 179.50 ended up being early resistance, ends up being support. Late in the day, we end the day basically at session highs. That is how the overall S&P 500 gets wrapped up for the day as well. A little bit of weakness when all is said and done in healthcare stocks, J&J, Merck among those to the downside, Pfizer, Abbott as well, all in negative territory. Eli Lilly about 0.17 to the downside as well. As far as strength is concerned for the S&P, it was all about tech all day long. Microsoft 0.1 in positive territory. Meta, Oracle, Google, Apple, Nvidia, AVGO, to name a few, all holding solid gains at the end of the session. Both MasterCard and Visa end the day near positive or near session highs when all is said and done. Retailers were positive. Some of the consumer names also in positive territory. Procter & Gamble was red at one point today, ends the day up 0.25%. Nike, one of those as well. Nice day for Nike, 0.7 in positive territory when all is said and done. If we're looking at individual names, CrowdStrike trying to get back to the upside right now. 144 was a key level on the daily chart. If you zoom out a little bit, we had Crowd on watch going back to last week as well off of earnings. It was all about tech all day long. The NASDAQ in focus. Remember, we have a ton of individual economic data points coming up later in the week that could be very, very influential as far as the overall market is concerned. Starting on Wednesday, we'll get Q2 GDP. That's a second estimate, so not the final number, but depending on which direction we're heading based off of what happened the first time on the first estimate. Again, we'll have a look at that for you. And then PCE, again, Q2, second estimate coming up on Wednesday. That as well, again, not the final number, but could be important as far as the overall market is concerned. And then the month-over-month number, which will move the market, that comes up Friday morning at 8:30 a.m. Friday morning at 8:30 a.m. Friday morning as well, we get non-farm payrolls from last month, which will definitely be a market-moving event coming off of what happened on Friday with the Fed in Jackson Hole. It should be an exciting week as far as what is to come right across the board. The market coming back in, we are dealing with a little bit of technical issues, Sean. What seems to be the concern? Serenity now?
Yeah, serenity now. Like, you remember when you told... Yeah, whatever. Remember when you told Sharif never to, restart this computer?
You know what he said to me? He said he actually started using his own login. But
I don't even know what that means. So yeah, I just have to get it all reset. That's all. So we're all good, man. We're all good. Everything's good here. I just had to load up the board again. Welcome. What's that? Oh my God. Welcome to the after show here. It's all a mess here, but we'll get it all figured out very, very soon. We're going to look at a few earnings here. I have to even make that board up again, so we don't have the countdown clock running again here. So let me just save this. You can call it up now. I don't have it all filled out, but all right, we'll do a little bit of roll call at the end of the day, as well as some stock blitz coming through, as I have to do this all myself here, which is fine. I'm capable of some stuff, just not much. There it is. So there you go, roll call and stock blitz, and then we'll do possibly a trade review if we can get to it at the end of the day. But welcome. This is going to be a good show. We had a little bit of a rocky start, but let's get going right now. And welcome to the aftermarket recap show here, where we'll do exactly that, man. We'll talk about what was happening today, some trades that maybe I had that I'm not too happy with. There's a couple there at the end of the day that I'm not happy with. Look at this name that's on my board right now, AMC, man. Unfortunately, this is another disastrous day, for the theater. I really enjoyed going to the theater, man. I was there last night, and it was great. Unfortunately, it was not an AMC. We just have Cineplex here in GTA anyways. But nice move down there for AMC. Now approaching that dollar mark. Remember, $10 now that a conversion's there, and we got the reverse split. $1 coming into play there. You may get that dollar bounce for AMC. And of course, Adam Aaron apparently all on the quiet front right now. I'm not logged into my email or anything, unfortunately, again, but we'll get that going. And we do have Michael Nauss coming through with Trader Talk. So that should be really interesting and exciting opportunity for that. Tomorrow we have PDD. We're going to get to earnings in a second. Let's just review some of these sectors, man. Look, this is another thing that we've talked about. Why bother trading some of these Chinese ADRs when you can just trade the ETF? I mean, the ETF's been really, really great. We're on here on a daily just to make sure that that's what we're on. Look at this. So you hit that top of 30 bucks. You came right in, gave you that bottom of 25. Let's see if we can rinse and repeat that one more time. I mean, that gave a pretty solid move down of about, you know, again, 30 bucks, $3 on that. 10, about 15% down. Maybe we can make 15% back up, but the FXI today up that 2.4% on more regulations, more news coming. They're cutting that stamp tax in half for some of these names. So the trade that I really liked today was an Alibaba trade coming through for them. And again, you're just taking out the 50 period on this, 92 bucks, trying to get going. Here's Alibaba on the daily here, on the 15 period moving average, or not moving average, on the 15 period chart right now for Alibaba. You could see again, so this is going into a nice level there of 88 and change. This is the daily, so it's a nice move back up there. And you could see we actually held out. So you're talking about this again, 15 minutes. So from this part, the white part is what's been open. Great bottom there of 92 bucks. So we were all over that. We really like that 92, and I don't have the sticky note in front of me, but that was a sticky note level, $92. So Alibaba, possibly a good trade there into the trade of the day for that one. On the minute chart though for Alibaba, and I just wanted to show you this as well as we'll zoom this back out. Here, it wasn't super exciting at the end of the day. It did give us that dip down right there for a nice reload for about 30 or 40 cents. We had it early, which was good. Then it broke lower and we wound up getting out, but we definitely noticing. We'll put this on our trade for tomorrow. Alibaba with a nice move down into 92 and then breaking through 91.90 right there. So that gave us a little bit of a pause for concern. Gold today. I was talking about this with Obi. On the main show there, that gold really started to go, so we can watch out for GLD. It's the GDX, the gold miners. Here's gold though, GLD today only 0.3, so maybe that didn't get going as much, but it was the gold miners that took off to the upside here today. Bank stocks, again, I was looking short on JP Morgan. The last one didn't work out, but we had some great calls on JP Morgan today coming back in, so we can see JPM giving it up at the end of the day, giving the short up and really making some moves there. But I'm still going to try to short this thing. We're going to have to be a little more patient with it, giving it to 150 before we do any damage on that one to the short side. Let's do a quick little look. Who is here today? I know it's Monday. You know, the market was pretty dull all day, but let's give a big shout out to everybody that's here. What's up to Chimps here today? Deez is here again. Danker, we haven't seen you, so we'll go ding dong for Danker as well right now. So there it is. Some people here. Tesla, yeah. I mean, Canadian bacon, there's been a few stocks today that just weren't really moving around. So that kind of disappointed me a little bit there. Yeah, JDXJ, the juniors, we like that. We do trade that a lot around here. So anybody looking to get some love for gold, you might want to look there. Something that's, oh, here's here. Everyone's here. So now people are starting to catch up there. It's your boy Jeff is here for sure. What's up, Jeff? It's Alex is here. Dewey is here. Bears is here. Yoda Zion. Danker's here. What's up, Mr. Rizman? He's here as well. Juan Padilla is in the building. Westermeyer, you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Hugh is here. Come on, Hugh, man. You're not going to get me with that one. As we go, Havana Woody in there. Havana Onana. I love Havana. When I went to Cuba, this was one of my first... Put on this camera, I'm going to talk to the people here. One of my very first trips, and this is when I started actually with Day Trade the World. They used to take managers and whatnot on trips, and I was like 22 or 23 and actually given sort of the reins to manage some of the traders after I had a pretty successful year one on the trading floor. And we actually went, can you imagine what that looked like? A bunch of like 20-something-year-old, pretty much all dudes going to Cuba on a vacation. That was absolutely wild. And we stayed in Havana. And if anybody's never been there. It's amazing, amazing. I don't know, again, this was 20 years ago, but felt super safe there on the streets. It was absolutely fantastic. One cerveza, $1. But if you're ever visiting our friends down there in Cuba, bring like MLB gear, man. They love baseball and they don't get that with, and again, I think some of the embargoes and all that have changed, but Cuba definitely great. I remember bringing down some Blue Jays stuff and handing that over, and then that was a great experience for me and my crew that was down there. I was not there with family. I was gonna say me and my family, but I was down there with trader guys, so that was a lot of fun. All right, what else do we want to look at today? Where did the NASDAQ wind up? 0.8%. So the NASDAQ had a decent day, decent recovery, especially at the end of the day. But I was a little bit upset with the way the NASDAQ traded here today. And again, why, Sean? Because of this. It just, oh no, I zoomed the wrong way. Hold on, let's go over to a 5-minute chart just to give you guys an idea here. Like, this is pretty darn choppy, man. If you're able to pick something up near the bottom there, we talked about going back into some of these pre-market levels. So that would have been something. But again, nice move to the upside there. Good job, but you really had to be patient with catching some of those bottoms, and then we end the day sort of at these tops again. So we're gonna have to wait to see what happens with the Qs tomorrow. Maybe today was just kind of an inside day. We'll see if tomorrow can be a little bit better for the NASDAQ. So that was a little bit of something. Let's go on. We have the death clock on. It's at 16. Yeah, that's okay. We have Michael Nauss. It's not time for Michael Nauss. He'll be coming out very, very soon. All right, earnings preview. One of them tomorrow is PDD. All right, so Pinduoduo again. Just looking at the charts, what could we possibly expect from this name? I mean, you know, sometimes they'll fly here on the daily. I don't know where the earnings marker has gone on this, but you know, it's coming out tomorrow. We'll see what we expect from these guys, but definitely you have some support here at $75 for PDD. So I would say anything down into this area, we'll see if we can buy it up. And then on the top side, I mean, it's $81 now. If we're gonna look at 75 on the downside, that's an implied move of 10%. So then that could get us into 90s, which does pull us up here. So if you get 10% to the upside, you're looking to break out through 90 bucks. But just sort of zoom this back here on the daily. Pinduoduo, again, some nice tops here, but that's not until we get to 100. So we'll look to see about this. Nice move down. For me, the Chinese names are sort of in flux right now. They're having to change over some of their policies just to keep up with the U.S. I don't know if that's going to be a recipe for success or disaster, but Best Buy does report tomorrow, and they've had a pretty bad day as well, or bad month, as retail's really been hit there. We saw some Foot Locker get hit, but again, on the electronic side, where else do you go for electronics? I mean, I'm trying to think about that myself. I don't think we buy too many electronics off Amazon, at least I don't. We do if it's sort of one of their blowout days, but then again, Best Buy has great days with the Thanksgiving, which is Black Friday coming up, not coming up, but that actually, I guess it's coming up now. What the heck happened to summer? But again, down to $70, that could be a level there for Best Buy. So a couple names coming in that we'll be watching out for tomorrow. We're kind of getting out of earnings season right now. So we had the big one last week with Nvidia. So I'm not too excited about earnings coming through anymore, but we'll still be here and cover them all as they hit. One stock that I wanted to talk about with earnings was a day two play. And it's good because I know we have Michael Nauss coming through here. See the earnings markers here on Affirm? It was Affirm. And I just want to be a firm with my position and stay with 20 bucks. I want to wait to see if we can get a move up there into $20, then fade this name. Although it was a good one, we do know that the percent short on Affirm was relatively high. I think we are into the 17s or so on this. Let's just double check here again with trade ideas. I still believe it's 30% off Trader TV 30. You can probably get that until Michael's off, but there's 17% short on Affirm. So looking at that $20 level as a possible day two play, but that just never came into play today for AFRM. So, okay, here we go. We'll go over to Trader Talk right now. So let's throw that up. Oh, I don't have Stream Deck open because if you can hit it there, Fabian, thanks to Sharif for that. All right. All right, so it is Michael Nauss. How are you doing, my friend? I know you've landed and all is well in the Nauss household. But thank you for joining me one more time here again today. I really loved what you did earlier with Mattel and sort of that breakdown trade. Thank you so much for going over that. As you're pretty much a swing trader, I would think. Yep. And then if there's any sort of a trade that differs from that, obviously you let us know. So welcome back, Michael. It's been about 7 hours since we've seen you last. So welcome back to the show.
It has been.
What do we want to talk about today, my friend?
Something I just saw that you mentioned China, so
Sure.
something interesting happened that I'd like to talk about with China, and so I have my screen up here, and the first thing I'll take a look at is the tab I have open here. Get to do everything on the web now. We have a web version; it's fantastic. This is an old article that The Economist had that I just wanted to show as an example for when they said, right, we're drowning in oil, we have too much oil, and that was the bottom right pointed at the chart. When it comes to 1999, you can see what oil happened after that. Over here, I have can't stop, won't stop, the dollar, and this happened right at the high of the US dollar up here. So this is actually something we're taught about in the CMT curriculum, where we're basically taught that by the time a trend is established enough that they're writing about it in The Economist or The New Yorker and all this stuff, it may be time to take the other side of that. And it's actually been statistically tested and proven and all that kind of stuff. So when I was on Twitter today, I saw this is the current headline of The Economy saying Xi's failing model, and it's got Xi Jinping there on a snail going, dragging on a snail, basically saying that that's probably the end of the Chinese economy or whatever they're saying. So that makes me bring up a chart of FXI and wondering if we're going to get the same kind of move again. So again, this is our web version that you can get. You can have free data, and then when it's time to sign up, make sure you use TraderTv.30 to check out. And FXI hasn't been great. We've been in a downtrend for a long period of time. We're a little bit off the lows of $20 a share, but we still have some room to go. But if you look at it, let's zoom back down here. If you look at it, we have the support around $25 or so. Again, FXI is the largest companies in China. Awesome. Makes me start to think. So I went and I looked at options for you option guys out there, and you can get the $28 calls for about $2 a share. So $200 per contract, and that goes all the way out until January. So I'm going to watch this tomorrow and going into next week. And if we show any kind of strength, I think I'm going to fade The Economist and buy some $28 FXI calls that expire in January. So what do you think about that, Sean? A little fading action.
Yeah, no, I really. I was looking at the chart right now, trying to zoom back in and out. I mean, I think that's a good call there. What was the premium on those for $28? Did you happen to see?
It was $2 a contract.
Right.
So for $200, you get to control that. And I have seen this happen too much where, I brought up a whole bunch of articles, but I decided to shrink it down because I know you've got that death clock that you're fighting. But it's time and time again. It's almost like by the time everybody's in one side of the boat and an article gets published, it's almost immediately time to start looking at the other side. So I think this may be an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I really like that call is because China, there's just so many different levers. Like at any time, you're just waiting for that headline, and you want to be in those options before the headline hits, right? And I do know that there's always hit pieces out. We talk about that with Elon and Tesla and trying to get stocks to move. But honestly, when you're playing the FXI, you're playing the top names, right? It's the big tech names there in China. So you could have underlying stories in some of those names, like AI, right? I mean, let's just be honest with you, with the viewers here. China's huge. I mean, in that side of the world, right? So technology. You never know what Alibaba could release, and you never know what sort of government policies that could come through. I really like that play. So you kind of went two ways there. You gave us Mattel a little bit earlier today, and then now looking at FXI. So I think that's really cool. Thank you so much, Michael, for coming on again. And yeah, I love that web version. I was fooling around, I almost said screwing around, there anyways, fooling around with it today. And I think it's super clean, super easy for a guy like me and some of our viewers out there as well. So let's make sure that they can get that with Trader TV 30, last day today, and then we'll see if we can get something going up soon. Maybe we should get a back to school special. I mean, that's only a week away. Maybe we'll figure something out on that, as I'm always looking out for the viewers too. So thank you so much. That's Michael Nauss. Thanks for that idea. I like it on FXI. I may join you. That's Trader Talk. Thank you, Michael. All right, so that's another one right there. Thank you to Mr. Nauss for that. And it's funny that we were just talking about FXI. I like to look at that. He gave us a great trade for TAN and Enphase and First Solar. He was talking about that on Friday as well. So yet again, another one right there. All right, yeah, I've been logged in now to the email. We did have a little bit of discombobulation there. That's pretty good, right? of a word at the open there. So I just want to get quickly out to it. I want to give a big shout out to Bears versus Bulls, who has, the one thing he tells me to do is, you see this chat here? See how I have top chat? I should go to live chat. So that way I can see absolutely everyone. There it is. Thanks, Nauss boss. I really like that there. So Sons of Georgia, thank you so much for that. Peace Michael says Ponzi Fonzie. Oh, you know what? Here, let's see. I've been really doing well on the slots today. So let's go slots 50. Let's see if we can get it. I hit a 500. I got rocket. What? There it is right there. Bang! We did it again, guys. There it is right there for that. Wow, how the hell did that just happen one more time? In what is useless points, I wish I could make this my trading. You know, like there it is. We just get 50, get 10x on our trades. We'll see if we can do that tomorrow. But a shout out to everybody that's here right now. We are turning it around, man. We're turning everything around. This is what this show's all about. We're going to talk about the moves, give you some good trade ideas moving forward. I think that's a great one with FXI. I'm starting to get a little warmer to China for sure after some of those plays. We'll see what PDD comes with there. But right now, fan funding. Thank you. Big shout out today. Thanks, Bear vs. Bulls, for all this. Right now, just a little bit of a group here. Super chats. Michelle, thank you so much. Western Myers here again. I wish I knew more about this. Again, another one. Zenod, back and forth, man. Nicole Harris, thank you so much. Mighty Me. That reminds me of Mighty Mouse. I know I'm really super old, but Mighty Mouse, man, don't mess with that guy. C.A96, thank you so much. Mighty Mouse again. Mighty Me is in there. And Steven, thank you so much for all the super chats as we get going there on a little bit of a roll call / stock blitz. So now that we're doing stock blitz, I just go into here. Now everybody wants to get this slots going through here. Let's see if there's anybody else right now. Yeah, I miss sometimes. Sean, don't miss. Yeah, sometimes I do right now. What stocks you guys want to talk about here? We'll see if we can get anything going on. You know what stock I just saw right there? I saw Ding Dong, but you know what that made me think of? DraftKings. Anybody into some DraftKings trading right now? Let's have a quick look to see what DKNG has in store for us. DraftKings falling down pretty good off earnings, you know, but again, there's the earnings play, came back in. A lot of these stocks missed off earnings, so I'm not really too concerned about it. But I think with the NFL season coming through and then them now taking the #1 spot, I know Penn got that deal with Disney. I don't know if there's much there, though. Disney keeps going down. We can look at the Penn chart. I actually think that, again, you're kind of getting this move, right? So here, this is kind of the other way. You have the handle over here and a little bit of a cup forming. So that means that if we can break back above this 29.50 right there, I actually like this for a potential move up right now. Right, so I think that you get a little bit now here, right, a little bit of a handle, coming into a cup formation, kind of the reversal, coming back in, breaking through 29.50. I actually think if we can get that for DKNG, this might be worth it. You're starting to take it out right now on the 50-period moving average right here. This is not view up, this is the 50-period moving average at 28.60. DraftKings could maybe get going back up to the upside right there. So I think DraftKings is definitely a good name for us to look at here today. What I want to do as far as a trade review, and we have this on the board. I mean, I could put this on the board, but what's the point right now? Trade review today. We didn't trade any Cisco, but my biggest trade of the day and my #1 stock was actually Nvidia. Despite them not reporting today, you know, believe it or not, you know, Nvidia did have some great opportunities, and this is kind of how I can foresee myself trading this into the near future. And that is this. We went short here. We did get blown out of one short, but then it came back in. So here, hold on a second. Let's just have a quick look. So here we are, and now going short right there at 460, getting taken out at actually, the first short was 459.50. Then we got taken out at 460. So that right there, 75 cents, tight risk. Okay, tight risk. Like you would say to a guy like me, like, why are you even trading Nvidia at some of these levels? Well, if you sort of zoom back, you could see right there, we actually hit 460. That was 459. I was going to give it to 460, which was some of these pre-market levels right into there. So we did give that a shot, but then it got blown out. But look what happened, man. We got re-short again because on the blowout, we pretty much made the top. Maybe I could, if I zoom in a little bit more. So that top right there was 460.25. All right. So we went back short there. 460, pretty much flat, breaking back down. This is about a 50-cent worth of risk into that trade, but look where we covered it, right? We covered a piece of it at 458.50. So that's $1.50. So right there, or about $1.50. So right there, that's $1.50 against 50 cents worth of risk. And then look at this cover down here at 456. So we still have shares on board. So like now we're covering for $4 when our first risk spot was about 75 cents, making it back. So this is why we're making money on Nvidia, right? But this is the problem. It comes back in, we reshorted it again at 459. Then we reshorted at 460, not really able to get it out until it breaks that 460.50. But once it broke there, this broke with the whole market. The whole market broke to the upside. So we actually reversed into the long at this point, which gave us a great Apple trade long. Once we broke that into the long after taking out that high, we were able to get again. Let's just make sure we take something out, right? Reward ourselves. That's 462. You know, that's another $1.50, right? Where's our outs? These 50-period moving averages. So then what happened was that allowed us to hold it all the way up because it just respected this 21 period all the way through. We got to go back to the screen. And then right there is when it finally broke. And I'm guessing this is maybe where the 50 period was. Not really sure why we busted out of that. We should have given it to the 50. But there's the out at 467, giving us about a $6.50 winner against 50. Hydrate, my friend. Against that 50, 75 cents worth of level right there. So I'm really excited about that kind of trade. And these are the kind of trades that I want to do moving forward. We actually talked about this 470 trade at the end of the day. Again, what's wrong with taking this trade? Like you don't even need to do, 2 minutes. You don't even need to do that much due diligence for these. I talk with my hands, apologize. Italian. Because it's giving you this out right there, you know? So instead of worrying about it, Obi and I were battling with Amazon, I was battling with the Qs and stuff like that. If you just wait and say, you know what, I'm not gonna short until we get that high. And even when we get that high, I'm gonna give it $1. Well, I mean, the dollar part is the part that you have to figure out. But look at this pullback. We pulled back to 467. No matter what, that's giving you $3. You don't give yourself a $3 shutdown on that trade right there. You give it to that 50 or 60 cents like we had done in the past. So I really feel like Nvidia gave a lot of love there into the close, and we should have watched out for that 470 area. We'll do that later. Yeah, you're right about that, Matt, man. Hydration Nation. Matt, by the way, sick little roadster you're building there. Thanks so much for sending that to me. I like that. Okay, only a minute left. Shit. Okay. Oh, my lovely wife is in the chat. Look, I would be absolutely nowhere without her, so a big shout out to her. What's up to Marissa? Yeah, she came for the doomsday clock thing. Thanks so much. We actually talked about that, how we really like that. So, yeah, look, everyone always asks about Prad. Unfortunately, Prad is let go and no longer with us here at Trader TV Live. I'm not going to address it again, but everyone always asks, and I can't be a man of the people without addressing that. So, unfortunately, that was what happened there. Is there anything moving in the after show right now? Let's have a quick look. BGLC trying to move around a little bit. Nice move up. 218, 216, giving some love there for BGLC there in the aftermarket. One trade that I did want to look at again, whoopsies, it's my show, so we don't have to worry too much about that death clock, but it is ticking away right now, was Hawaii Electric. This is going to be something, and again, I had tomorrow's trade today lined up, but unfortunately this computer got set up. So before the doomsday clock goes, I just want to show you one more trade. Why not give this 1450 some love? If this is still here for tomorrow, I really like 1450, 1460, 1480 coming into play as well. So I really feel like there's an area of support and resistance there, and it's obviously going to be resistance 1450 for Hawaii Electric coming in tomorrow. That's a trade that I like. I mean, they sort of fending off some of those lawsuits, but you know they're going to drop, and I don't know about the liquidity of the company at that point. Too many lives sort of been unfortunately lost, and we're going to have to wait to see what happens with Hawaii Electric. So again, thank you so much for watching. The best thing that you guys could do would be to drop a like, drop a comment. Thank you so much, man. What's the trick to a long-lasting marriage? Well, have a wife that can put up with you. That's in the chat right there. So I want to say thank you to Marissa and everybody else. We're working on, we're through 12 years now, and I only have plans of unlimited more. I just hope, the problem is when you're married, I really just hope that I pass away first because I would not be able to live without her. So there we go. Shout out to my lovely wife. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to spin this out right now. The doomsday clock did blow up. So now I think there's a little bomb underneath Brendan's desk and it is ticking away now. So I got to go. Ciao, Kat. Thanks for a great day today. And I'm Sean Katina. We had a great day with Obi. We'll see if we can have that tomorrow. If not, it'll be me and Neil on the 1s and 2s. So join me tomorrow at 8:30 again. I'm Sean. Thank you for watching the after show. Ciao.